The state's top defence industry spokesman has fired a barrage at the Abbott government, accusing it of ignoring expert advice on where to build our new submarines. He says the government has its facts wrong on overseas options, jeopardising thousands of Adelaide jobs.
On the attack for our nation's defence.
It's been confusing for industry. It's difficult to understand what the government's motivation is.
South Australia's most senior defence industry spokesman frustrated by the federal government's reluctance to build our next fleet of submarines on home soil, opting for an international partnership.
We don't know why a government would be prepared to throw away that extensive capability and the tens of billions of dollars that have been invested in creating that capability to send a $50 billion project offshore.
A 10-month competitive evaluation will determine if that's France, Germany or the option initially preferred by the government, Japan. Swedish manufacturer Saab has declared it could build the subs in Adelaide, but the government quickly ruled that out, claiming Saab hasn't built a sub since 1996.
It's our understanding that they have in fact delivered 6 since 1996, the most recent in 2013.
I'm not hearing anybody saying that Sweden has that current and continuous involvement in designing and building submarines.
Has our local defence industry expert got it wrong?
Well, I'm not going to talk about what Chris Burns has or hasn't said.
My understanding is that Mr Burns' claims are completely correct.
The Prime Minister has said whatever the outcome is, at least 500 new jobs will be created here. But the state government and the defence industry fear if it's a Japanese build, there won't be any need for South Australian workers.
Why would the Navy bring those submarines all the way from Perth and Sydney for maintenance when they could do them in Perth or in Sydney? It just doesn't stack up.
Mr Burns is calling for a 30-year national shipbuilding plan as Premier Jay Weatherill and Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews launch a taxpayer-funded advertising campaign to fight for a local subs build. Eddie Godfrey, 9 News.